Hey guys, welcome to another episode. It's good to see your smiling faces again. It's good to be back. I've been sick. Sorry. In this episode, we're going to get into some really cool things that have happened to me, some news you might have missed that's really relevant right now, some playoff gems you might have missed, and why I've started doing playoff challenges. All that and more. Let's get straight into it. Feels good to be back. It's been a while. Sorry, I have been really sick. The family's been really sick. Thank you all for your kind messages. Some of you have reached out, but it's good to be back making another video. I have been blessed lately with just people who contributed to that video. That was the intro to the live stream. By the way, did you enjoy the live stream? Should we do more of them? Let me know in the comments. But the intro that I made with all the contributors and the content creators that inspired me has 30,000 views on Twitter. And to put that in perspective, all my YouTube views combined is something like 140,000 views, which still blows my mind. But 30,000 in the last 24 hours on Twitter alone, it's ridiculous. So huge thank you to Rowan for retweeting it, Jacob, and the real one that blew my mind was NBA Top Shot themselves retweeted it. How good is that? And on that, they've been retweeting a lot more people's tweets within the community, not just mine, but heaps of people. So they're really engaged recently. There's so many tweets from, other people here, not just Top Shot this, but what people have got in their packs. So they're really engaging. I'm seeing a lot of improvement, which we'll get into in a bit as well. Roam as well has been engaging, and I think Pack Rip Ewing summarized it perfectly when he said, this is the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company replying to us, our little selves, in tweets. And the industries I'm involved in, CEOs don't do that. So Roam here was answering questions around supply and demand. And in growth, he said we focus on the conversion rate. What he means by that is we've found that the magic moment or the magic formula is 2 packs purchased and 2 marketplace buys. Once that happens, the retention of users that do this is off the charts. So then in the second part of that tweet he shared, so the focus metric right now is people that get 2 packs and 2 marketplace buys in the first 2 weeks. He shared some charts of the progress metric since reservation packs were introduced, and the average time to reach it for new users down is better, plus per user activity over time. So let's have a look at some of these charts. New user activation per month. Pre-reg packs haven't been around that long, so that sees a bit of improvement over there. So the average time to activate has gone down recently because obviously they've found that people who have access to packs activate quickly. Agree with caution on supply, but keep in mind that packs are a necessary part of testing, servicing, and activating demand. Data shows again and again that people have better experience on Top Shot when they can start with a pack or 2 and then graduate to the marketplace. So that's what they're talking about here. And the time it's taken for people to get activated has been less and less lately. This is engagement per user. Average daily sessions per user. Mine would be off the charts here. I reckon I log in more than 7 times a day. In fact, it just stays logged in, let's face it. Average monthly sessions per user. Monthly sessions. Wow. There's a lot more, I guess, what would you call it? Loyal users on Top Shot right now, as opposed to, when we're seeing an explosion of marketplace value and trends and bots. I mean, no one talked about bots anymore. I wanted to also revisit a couple of points in the office hours. So there will be a significant collector score bonus for completing playoff sets. Keep that in mind for later in the video on when I talk about the playoff sets and playoff challenges. I thought that was really interesting. I've said for a while that I'm actually interested in collecting this as a set. It's not the cheapest set you can get, but I've always said that the playoff packs are going to be historically contextual. They are the ethos of Top Shot, which is owning NBA history. And these playoffs have been fun. I know it's been a little bit hindered by injury, but they're really fun. And there's been so many really cool moments. I mean, we've got a Trey shimmy to come. We've got that alley-oop to Collins on the backboard to come against the Bucks, as well as the Collins dunk on Embiid. I mean, I know that's Atlanta heavy as on the examples, but there's so much coming that's going to be awesome. Now, the biggest one, I guess, that caused a stir in the community was looking at removing current collector score bonuses for stacking teams. And a few people got a little bit up in arms about this, but it was later clarified on NBA Top Shot updates. Due to questions raised, we want to clarify we have not removed the team stacking bonuses for the collector score, nor do we plan to remove any of the collector score bonuses for Series 2, other than the pre-drop net marketplace spend bonus, which is temporary. Sorry, I am sick. And it changes from drop to drop. So I think everyone noticed that on their collector score. The marketplace bonus wasn't there anymore. And, it should be coming back. With the new pack drop, we did see a lot of moments, new moments, and therefore new bottlenecks. Some improved and some worse. For example, my Golden State Warriors set got tarnished because we got the poor man's Red Velvet in Nico Mannion. Now he's all of a sudden on the ecosystem. So now I've got to get him to complete my Warrior set to, I guess, utilize the Steph Currys I've got stacked. And also my Utah set got ruined by this guy here, who I'll be 100% honest, I know NBA. I do not know who this guy is. Udoka Azubuike. He's both 4,000 LEs. I mean, they're not expensive. I will pick them up to complete the sets again because otherwise it's going to annoy me, let's be honest. But the best breakdown was Top Shot Talk's video, and in his spreadsheet in this video, his last one was the new bottlenecks and the old bottlenecks. So it's good for some because Seth Curry was a bottleneck for Philly, and instead of an MGLE, now you can just get a Seth Curry 40k CC. So all of a sudden that set becomes a lot more equitable than it was before. This is relevant if this is your favorite team and you've already got 8 out of 12 of them already, then you might as well just finish the Philly set and, you might stack the floor from there. Everyone's different with collector score in terms of everyone's asking what team should I go for. The cheapest teams to go for right now, I believe, are Orlando, Sacramento for Series 2 team bonuses, Portland, Chicago, Washington, also pretty cheap. For the full team bonus, I think Charlotte and Minnesota Minnesota is the cheapest. Charlotte thereafter that. Series 1's a different ballgame again. If you want detailed data on collector score, not affiliated, but John Boy Beats is your man. He has a $5 Substack per month. And I mean, I spend a lot more than $5 on the marketplace per month. So if you helps you make informed decisions, I do recommend that. He has really, really detailed data. Not affiliated, but am subscribed with my own money, just because. So I do recommend you checking out John Boy Beats on Twitter. Speaking of office hours, they started putting out their own notes. I think this is just another improvement of Top Shot. They're starting to put out, like Jake and Bake NFT, which is what I was working off over here. He would put out notes, but now we're getting official ones from Top Shot as well. So I think this is really reactive in a positive way to, give us as much information as possible and doing the best part of what they can do for us by projecting that information. So I think that's really good. I'm going to keep working off Jake and Bake's notes here because I'm used to it. Collector score and the marketplace bonuses will almost certainly change and vary from drop to drop. Cool. A new warning feature has been implemented. So like if you're going for the lowest ask, there is a warning at the bottom that says, you might not be the only person going for this moment. You might want to pick a different one. That's been implemented. Also adding marketplace filters to search for moments in active challenges. I think this is really handy. You can see that here. Playoff Challenge 1, Playoff Challenge 2, Hollow, Metallic Gold. So I think that's really handy. You can go straight into it and pick the moments that you need rather than going into challenges, picking the challenge, going to the moment. It's a small thing, but I like it. So here's the other one that people were excited about. Marketplace fee refunds, or a rake back, will be coming this summer before Run It Back. So if you don't know, and you must know, every transaction, Dapper takes a 5% fee on that transaction. So you sell something for $50, 5% of that is taken off. So you only get $47.50. So the rake back, we don't know what percentage we will get refunded as a fee, but the fact that they've said there's a rake back coming, and it might even be tiered, who knows, for high-level transactions. And there's been some very high-level transactions. If there's a $200,000 transaction, 5% on that is massive, which is why you start to see some off-market activity, especially at that level. It'd be interesting to see what this looks like. This will be coming later in the off-season. Trade tickets won't be implemented until Run It Back until after Run It Back. Wouldn't confirm that until this summer. Optimistic they'll add a tiered system for pack drops before Series 3. So that's relevant to one of the last videos where we have a tiered collector score. So everyone's kind of got a chance, but the higher your collector score is, the better chance you have of getting a holo icon, for example. Staking moments is not something that is in the roadmap for 2021. We'll eventually look into this down the road. Looking into setting up a Twitter account for their in-house economist. It would be cool to see some insights from their economist moving forward. So the market has dipped since we last spoke. The pack drop, this is the pack drop here. We had a ton of new supply, and then ever since then, it's sort of been dipping basically steadily since then. And I think this is basically people making uninformed decisions or just flipping for Dapper straight away. People trying to get EV straight away on their packs. Look, it is what it is. People do it, and it seems to be the way that a lot of people function. They get a pack and they move it on. So it'd be interesting to see how much, Dapper's in the ecosystem that's not being used in the background, because I imagine there's quite a few people that have had pack luck, especially on the MGLE or the Holo Icons, that are sitting on Dapper doing stuff all with it. What I really wanted to talk about was playoff moments. So I wanted to go back to this blog here about the playoff roadmap, explaining the playoff set. Now, we do know that there's a rare set coming up, and it's called And Then There Were Four, and we do know that there will be a legendary finals set. But this playoff set, this common set, isn't done yet. This third release is coming early July, and I'm recording on the 28th of June. Early July is this week. So I don't know if the pack is going to be this week, but if not, it's going to be probably the next week. Now, what's interesting about this is the final 10 first-round plays will debut with this release. Each pack could include one of the 54 first-round moments or non-ownable moments with a higher probability of pulling new releases. We'll be debuting 8 conference finals plays in these 2021 playoffs. So now that we're here in this timeline, I'm wondering if they're going to release conference finals plays before the conference finals are actually finished. Well, it depends if Phoenix wins tomorrow or not, but you know what I mean. Hawks and Bucks are still going on. They're trucking on 2 games behind. And with the rare set coming up, maybe the best moments get saved for the rare set and the common moments keep chugging along. Additionally, we'll also be unlocking 4 conference finals plays available only as earnable moments. So that to me says there's 4 challenges. So here's the interesting thing about challenges. After release 3, no new plays from the first 3 rounds will be added to this set. So release 4 after that will be after the NBA Finals conclude. So that for me means they're getting the commons done for the conference finals. The best moments will be going into the rare and legendary packs, and then they'll finalize that after the NBA Finals and complete all those rare, legendary, and common sets. I'm just reading between the lines now that we're here in this time frame. We're halfway through the conference finals, and now it just seems a bit more clearer having read this a second time around. So maybe you read this blog and you read something different, but this is just a thought that I'm having and I'm sharing it. Now, I put out there on Twitter, is there too many challenges right now? Because I saw this argument come up a few times. 42% said yes, 58% said no. One good point that was commented was, you don't have to do challenges just because they're there, but they give the marketplace some activity and stuff to do. There's a lot of opportunity for quests that haven't been done yet as well. I mean, you could literally do anything in a quest, but they're obviously focusing on day-to-day game quests for your chance to win a playoff pack. I haven't been doing that just basically because I haven't had quite the time to get in there. And it's also a low level, like some of those daily challenges, 28,000 people have completed them for 100 packs. So it's square peg round hole. It's not where I put my energy. The Nikola Jokic challenge is only $137. If you think that's cheap, just wait for the Philly challenge to come out. I guarantee you that one's going to be a lot cheaper. It might even be under $100 considering the PR around Ben Simmons, the way they got dumped out, the feeling around Philly and the uncertainty right now. I think all of that will suggest a cheaper challenge. So if you're a Philly fan, well, you probably want nothing to do with it. But I thought about doing this Nikola Jokic challenge because I have Campazzo in my most recent pack. and it's really cheap. So essentially I could do that for $100. But right now I'm loving following the Suns. I'm really rooting for them because I'd be really happy for Chris Paul to win a chip. I'd also be happy for Giannis to win one, small market. It'd be cool to see. I get it. There's been a lot of injuries. The seas have parted for some of these teams. The Lakers weren't healthy. The Clippers don't have Kawhi. You know, I get it. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm going to be happy for whoever pulls this through. And I'm enjoying watching the Suns at the moment. So at $218 right now, look, it's not the cheapest challenge. It won't be the cheapest going forward. There's still like 6 other challenges from round 2 to come. So we've still got the Kyrie challenge to come, and the bottleneck for that one is Kevin Durant at $52, just because it's an unbelievably cool moment. Middleton, which I'm seriously going to consider riding the Bucks to the NBA Finals if that looks likely after Game 4. The Rudy Gobert challenge coming up, the Kawhi challenge coming up, which I believe is the dunk on O'Neal, which was pretty good, and Joel Embiid, possibly under $100, and Philly, yeah, I don't know about that one. But the really one that's going to be really cool is John Collins dunking over Joel Embiid. The one where he wore a t-shirt as well in the press conference of him dunking on Joel Embiid. I think that's going to be a really cool challenge to do. Atlanta. It is going to be a little bit more expensive because Trae Young is in there. He's like $150 or something right now to just pick up that one moment, and then you add all the other ones on top of that. So with what we know now about the conference finals, who's likely to go to the NBA Finals? I know the East is still up in the air. Likely the Bucks though. I just think I'm going to ride the Suns into the NBA Finals with this challenge because it might be hard to buy Booker in the marketplace later. I mean, there's only 1,800 people that have completed this. There'll be, 2,500 people that do complete it by the end. That is very limited edition. That's like Series 1 size editions. So I'm not saying it's going to hold value. I'm not saying you should do it. Challenges are different. I am actually just doing this for fun, and I'm really interested in this set long term as a historical collection. So anyway, these are my thoughts on why I did the Booker Challenge, and I'm looking at doing some of the other playoff challenges. Let me know what you're doing, what you're up to in the marketplace or the challenge place at the moment, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for your support. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.